Hi guys, how you doing? Billy Goat and Rough here today, and today what we're going to do is go through what pack I take on a winter's hike and some of the items I take with me. Some of them items I am thinking of changing, so when we get to them I'll let you know the reasons why and why not I will be taking them or I will be changing them. So hope you enjoyed the video and let's get on with it. Okay, so the first thing we're going to have a look at is my Osprey Rook 65 litre pack. Now, a lot of you would say this is quite big for a single man's pack, especially on 1 or 2 nighter out. But with the dog and the extra luxury bits I like to take, I find it works perfect. Could probably do have a slightly smaller one, but then when I go with the missus as well, I'm going to need a bigger one. So to save money, I'm not worried about the extra couple of kilos. I'll always take the bigger pack. So I've put this elastic cord across the front of it if I want to put any other things in there. A walking pad, whatever I want, poles, just tuck them in there. Works really handy, and it's just, if you ever did need any, you know, if your walking pole, if your tent pole broke, you know, the elastic, it's exactly the same stuff, use that. So it's just an emergency as well, really, works well. It's got 2 compartments, it's got a bottom compartment and a top compartment, which you can take the divider out, but I find it really handy. You can put your wet stuff right at the bottom then, have the divider across, and you still don't need to worry about getting all your belongings wet in the top. You could always put your tent on the outside and things, but generally I like to put the tent in the bottom there. I can usually get it quite dry and put it back in the sack, usually as long as it's not raining, obviously. But yeah, I mean, apart from that, it's got a few little side pockets for your, you know, just carrying snacks, head torch, whatever you want. Big lid pocket, and in the bottom, it's got a waterproof cover that you can just pull out straight over the top. Absolutely, I mean, I've had no issues with it so far. I really like it. These mesh pockets on the side, it's got on both sides. You can see they are angled, so you can get to them both ways. If you see, that way and that way, so you can slide your drink in there, easy access. And it's also got this back panel to keep it off your back. Now, it's probably, you know, it's nice because it keeps you cool, keeps your back cool, stops you from sweating. I know there's advantages and disadvantages to the strength of the pack, but I mean, for what I do, hiking and nothing too rough, it works absolutely brilliant. So that's it, that's the Osprey Rook 65. Let's go on to some of the more of the gear. So, as you can see, quite a selection of gear. Where to start? So, my latest purchase is the OEX mat. Now, I simply got this because it's getting colder, and the sleeping pad I got is only rated to is it R rating of 2, so 1.9 actually I think it is. So it's more of a summer sleeping mat. Maybe I'll upgrade that in time and get something a bit better. But for now, OEX pad. It's just a foam pad, closed cell foam. Roll that underneath, and that should help. Haven't used it yet, so I'm hoping it should help with the insulation underneath. So from that, I may as well go show you my sleeping mat. So the sleeping mat I've got is this 4-class 700 Ultra Compact. As you can see, really tiny, so it is perfect for fitting in the pack and really nice on the summer vacations. However, like I say, now it is getting a bit nippy through the ground, so I'm hoping with that extra padding it will help until I invest in a new mat basically. So yeah, that's what I sleep on. What should we look at next? Let's have a look. Right, next, may as well go on to the sleeping bag. Now, this is a really cheap sleeping bag I bought quite a while back. This is actually my missus one. I'll use a smaller one for the summer. This is my missus summer one, but I'm quite a hot sleeper, so I actually could get away with this in the winter. However, I am looking at upgrading, just a slightly warmer one, as it's only a 2-season, cheap high gear one, but it's done me well for quite a few years. So yeah, yeah, another thing I'm looking at upgrading. I'd say that's pretty much it for stuff I'm looking to upgrade. Just sleeping pads and warmth really. So we'll take a look at the rest of the gear. This is some of the stuff I'm quite set on, and I really like, and so far it's proven well. So here we go. See what's next. So tent's a good place to start off. I'll go with a Vango Banshee 300. I've looked at the 200 in the shop. I can't see no difference actually. I think maybe I've got an extra door on this one, but it's just because this is an old model. Maybe that's why there's no difference, because it's not the Pro, you see. But this really packs down really small. That's why I can fit that straight in that little compartment at the bottom of the bag. I take the poles out. I always put the poles down inside the bag or on the outside, and that way this will squish down inside really nice. For the weight, I mean, and size, it's not much different to, I looked at some single man tents and there is really hardly any difference in the size. So for me, I may as well keep this. It's good for me, the missus, and with plenty of room to keep our stuff in. So I'm going to keep using it for now. Maybe in the future I'll upgrade to a very expensive small lightweight tent, but at the moment there's no need, because everything, you know, within a reasonable price range is really not much smaller than this for a single man, and you lose a lot of room. So that's the tent I keep, and that's why. So yeah, something worth thinking about, guys. If you're going to get a single man, always maybe look at a 2-man or something. I mean, yeah, I've gone for the 3, but that's just because I got it years and years ago, and it's not been, you know, not done me any harm. So, but yeah, I always look for I was looking to getting a 2-man. The size of the pack difference is really normally just an extra bit of material, hardly any difference in weight. Sometimes you might find some 2-mans are lighter than a 1-man. So yeah, check that out. Another thing I take is my OEX Bush Pro tarp. Now you might think, well, we're taking a tarp as well as a big tent, but the dog is too big to go in the tent. He will absolutely ruin it. So, and also he loves sleeping outside. You know, he's a Newfoundland. He's built for sleeping outside, so he really loves sleeping outside in the cold actually. But what I do, just in case it rains or anything like that, and he wants to get comfortable, I put the tarp up, usually off the side of the tent or to a tree with some, or maybe my poles, wherever I can fashion it up really. Worked really well for an extra cooking area on the side of the tent sometimes if he doesn't want to sit in there anyway. But yeah, but I take it because the size of it, it's again so small, you can pack this down to, really doesn't take any space. So that's another must on my list. I really like it. I could get away without it, but for the size and the weight, I really enjoy the extra comfort. So let's have a look. I always take a ground mat as well. A lot of people don't like to take a ground mat just because of the size. Now this isn't too big. All this is a bit of plastic sheeting I bought. It's just a bit bigger than the base of the tent. I'll just fold the ends over. Goes in there perfect. I mean, doesn't really take a lot of space. You can have it on the inside or outside. You can even fold that again in half. You know, it's not a massive amount of space or weight. I've seen people take a small bit of poly, things like that, and they seem to like that. But for me, I've got no issue. Like I say, I'm not doing 20, 30 miles on consecutive days, so I'm really happy just to take that extra little bit of weight for the comfort and the ease. So with that, what else have I got in my sleeping kit? I forgot to mention this pillow. So I haven't used this yet. It's the first time I'm going to be using it on my next trip. It looks really good, packs down really small. I've had a few pillows in the past, just cheap ones, and not slept very well on them. So I've got this one, it's a Vango, and it's really soft, like fleece pillow, but it's also inflatable, and a really good size. There you go, a couple of breaths and it's actually blown up. That, to me, is going to give me a much better night's sleep than some of the stuff I've had. So I'm really looking forward to trying that out. Right, put that back down there. What else have we got? Well, we'll have a look. I always take a towel. So towel's the next thing on my list. I always take that. especially in the summer, I like to have a dip now and then. But in the winter, it's handy, you know, when you just have to, if you have got to wipe down your tent or something like that after a lot of rain, or even if you've got to dry yourself off. But I generally try and keep in my waterproofs, keep dry till I get in the tent, and then I might need it then. But yeah, you can get smaller ones, but it's fine for me. Nice small microfiber towel, weighs nothing, and really soaks, really absorbent. So yeah, like that. That's actually from Decathlon. Yeah, it's worked a treat every time. So as you notice, a lot of my stuff is from Decathlon. A lot of my wild cam stuff anyway, like my cooking gear and things like that, I did get from there. Obviously, tent and things, Vanguard. I got a lot of that from probably Decathlon, not Decathlon. Go Outdoors. So yeah, I mean, it is a variety of outdoor shops, but you'll find I do like my Decathlon stuff. So little first aid kit here. Always take a first aid kit just in case. You never know, and might not be you, but could pass someone who's injured. Anything. So it's really handy to have. Nice and small. You can get smaller ones if you want, but that for me has got all the essentials in. Also keep some tablets and things in there just in case you get a headache. You know, too much whiskey or wine. You know, but yeah. What else have we got? Soft flask. So I normally take a flask anyway, like a water bottle. But I always take this soft flask as well. It's only a 500 milliliter, so soft flask. But it actually is really good because it packs down to nothing. And if you want that extra bit of water, if you're going up to camp and you just just the last water spot you're going to pass, to carry that extra bit of water that distance is not far. I mean, especially with a dog, he loves to drink. Yeah, an extra 500 ml for zero weight until you want to carry it is really good. Then I've got, I always take a couple, if I'm going on my own, I would take a couple of headlamps. So this head torch here is just a cheap one from Decathlon, 4-class, 500 USB, 100 lumens. So really cheap, cheerful, but works really good. Got it all on there. So I do take that as a backup. It's like I say, it's USB chargeable, and then I've got a Petzl one, which I think is in my work van actually, but I've got a Petzl one which I carry as my main one. But I always take a backup because if you're on your own, you know, when you're with someone else, you've always got backup. When you're on your own, you need to take another. Or that's personally what I like to do. Then I also take this other little lamp here. So this is again by Quisha, so Decathlon again. Nice little night light for the tent. It's not too bright, it's not going to dazzle you, and it's just a nice mood light in the tent. You know, for if you want to try and do stuff in the tent. Not a mood light, should I say? It's just a nice little bit of light in the tent without blinding you. And there's that one. Then I take poo shovel, poo pot scoop. So there we go. Use that. It's I think I got this from Go Outdoors. Trying to see what brand it is. It's got no brand on here, but I thought it was OEX, but normally they put their brand on stuff. But yeah, really sturdy little shovel that, and again, super thin, packs down to nothing. So I really like that one. I always take some extra cord, so one for obviously putting up the tarp if I want to put a line across to put the tarp over, or however I'm setting it up. Always handy to have some extra cord. Also, a bit of extra that elastic bungee using, which I had across the front of the bag. I might take that, I might not, but it does come in handy. I've used it before actually when I never had enough line to set up a tarp. So it does work. It's just probably not the strongest. If you're in really windy conditions, it would bounce about a bit, obviously. Right, where should we go next? So this is another handy little thing. It's a 5 litre Adler bag. Now this is more of a water sports bag, so I think I got it from a surf shop, but it's a roll top bag, just a waterproof bag. Really sturdy. Comes with another strap inside if you want to put that on the outside, you know. But I like it. So if you get anything wet, or if you want to put your dries in there, whichever way you want to work it, it's really handy. You can clip it on the outside of the bag if you want, or put it on the inside. Like I say, it takes up virtually no room. There's just air in there. But yeah, I like to put my dry kit in there. Maybe if I was going on a hike for my nightwear kit. Some valuables if you want, phones, things like that, depending on where you're going to keep it strapped and what you want it for. But yeah, I would generally put my dry night clothes in there on a day's hike or day or two's hike. Next we've got the Bear Grylls knife. I'm not going to go into detail. I've done a few reviews on this anyway, I think. But yeah, great knife. Got my name on it. Loving that. But the missus bought me that as a present. It's a bit bigger than something I would have usually took. I was after a small little knife, but it's handy. It's got a fire starter. It's got a knife sharpener on the back. It's got a whistle if you need it. But yeah, it's a really nice knife. I would say it's a bit overkill for while camping, especially where I go. I'm not really doing too much bushcraft or anything, so it's a little bit overkill, but it's a really nice thing to have. So I normally take that. Another little bag there, just poo bags in there, pulls out the bottom, keeps them nice and handy. Not for myself, for the dog, but yeah, anything that just makes things easier rather than getting in your pocket, especially if it's raining, or in your bag. So anything I can sort of clip on the outside for things like that is really handy. Also take this. Now, it's not too much weight. This is wire, but I need this for the dog. So in the evening, I'll tie him to a tree and put this on him, underneath the shelter somewhere. And it's pretty long, so he's got a good rein. But if he sees any sheep or anything, he's not going to run off and attack them. Well, he'll try, but he'll have to take a hefty sized tree with him. So yeah, I always take that with me. That's a must. Handy little sit pad. Costs nothing, weighs nothing. Stick that on the outside of the pack, just somewhere handy, so you can, you want to sit down on a rock. It just keeps your bum a bit warm. I always use them. Pretty much getting there now, guys. I've got foil blanket for emergencies. Then, yeah, hats, gloves. I won't go into clothing. I've got all sorts of stuff, but I generally just take a jacket with a fleece underneath, and maybe an extra fleece with my my night gear, or sometimes, because if that one gets wet, but they do dry really quick. Obviously, if you've got the condition to dry them in. So, yeah, generally just fleece, a jacket, and obviously some waterproof top and trousers. A lot of the time I like to hike in shorts and leggings. Might look a bit stupid, but in the winter I have got some not rainproof, but like water resistant trousers, which are a lot warmer. So I use them, and then some over the top waterproofs for top and bottom. And that's pretty much it. Hats, gloves, anything that's going to keep you warm, like I say, and maybe an extra small thin pair of gloves or hat. If it is a real cold night, you can just bang them on in your tent, in your sleeping bag. It's really going to help things. It's fresh socks, things like that, but I'm not going to go into clothing, like I said. Cup. Nice little cup. Again, Quisha. You can put that directly on the stove. It's got fold away handles. I'll clip this probably on the outside of my bag a lot of the time, but it will quite easily fit in one of my pots if I wanted to. But I just like it handy to get to. It's got a little measurement inside, so it's so handy when if you do the packet mixtures and you just want to bang something in the air and top it up with water, there you go. You've got all your millilitres inside there. It's a 500ml cup, and you've got 1 to 500 up the side. Gas. No, this is the gas I use quite a lot. It's just Coleman. What was it? Performance C300, but you can get a smaller canister than this. I like this size because it usually lasts me quite a few trips, 2-3 trips easy. So I really like it, and because the reason is I don't need anything to show you now my cook set. So I've got, this is one of the pots again from Quisha. The handles, as you just seen, fold on the top like that, stop stuff coming out. It's got a nice little lid with a drainage spout this side, so if you're cooking pasta or whatever and you want to get the water out, perfect. cloth cleaning. Those take a bit of foil. Comes in really handy. You use that as so many things. I mean, you must have seen, but yeah, I use it as a windbreak. I do have a windbreak I sometimes take, but this is so much more convenient, lighter if it's not a bad weather. So yeah, windbreak. And also, if you've got nowhere to put your cooker down, because I'll show you my stove now. It's quite low to the ground, so it's just got these little feet, and then they fold out. It's a Van Gogh. It's only 20 something pounds, but I've loved it. It's really good, really compact. When it opens out, it's nice and sturdy. However, like I say, it can be quite low, so if you've got some long grass, I'll just put that down underneath it, opens right up, and there you go, you're not burning any grass. Another reason I like this, like I say, it does fold right down and goes into the pots. I'll go back to that pot now, show you a bit more on that. So it does come with another bowl inside, which fits in there really tidy. I think it come with like a spork or a knife and fork in there as well, but to be honest, don't know where that is. It's probably about in my kit somewhere. I've got loads of other kit other places. I'm just showing you the main stuff I use for a solo winter camp. Solo with a dog, but you know what I mean, solo-ish. I've done a review on this in some of my other videos, but it's the it's the MSR Pocket Trail water filter. Really good, really like this. But yeah, check out some of my other videos for an in-depth review on that. You get to see me use it. I've also got a bigger cooking pot here, which, depending, I normally take this with me and the missus, but just got this rubber band clips over the top. But it depended on how I was feeling, how far I'm hiking, and what I want to do. If I want some nice steaks or something like that, this one's great because comes the top lid is a frying pan, but obviously it is going to take up a bit more space than the one-man pot. Comes with two sets of knives and forks that clip on top, knives, forks and spoons. Generally, I just take a titanium spork though, and my Bear Grylls knife, so not really needed. Same style of handles and lid. They flick round, clip on the lid, so hold the lid on. Same lid, nice little drainage on the side. This one also comes with 2 cups, 2 bowls, and that's your lot. Yeah, I think that's all that comes with it. But yeah, again, I can actually fit my stove in this cup, put that in there, so the stove fits in both. If I did have a smaller canister, if you was just doing definitely the one trip and you weren't worried, you could fit the smaller canister in there with the stove. And if you wanted to remove the cup out of the air, you could probably get it in there as well. So really handy pieces of kit. Apart from that, not much else. Some walking poles. I don't know where they are at the moment, but yeah, I've only got a cheap pair of walking poles which I got from Decathlon, but they do me well. Like I say, I don't walk them that often, but they're always handy for, you know, setting up the tarp and things like that if I need them. And if it is really slippy, especially, you know, this time of year, it's so rainy, gets so slippy, they are handy then. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed the video, guys. Any questions, please don't hesitate to ask. I'll get back to you as soon as I can. And yeah, see you later, guys. Thanks very much.